Chapter 14. The Children of Ibrahim. They began taking turns reading the Torah, until they started getting sleepy. "Please!" An elderly man walked down towards them. "Don't be alarmed." Hearing the voice, everyone jumped up and looked at Wanyanyekevu. Wanyanyekevu smiled. "He can't be a threat, I didn't see anything," Jonathan said. "Now, he tells us, it has to be a threat." They watched the old man as he descended from the stairs. "No, I am not a threat," said the old man. "I had to see if you were, before I approached. I was uncertain about that one when he started stabbing into the air with the forks," pointing at Jonathan. "Until you started reading the Torah. We also read it, but it has us confused at times." Jonathan shook his head. "Oh hell, not another one with his old ass. Shit. He's the one that snuck up on us, and asking us if we're a threat." The old man continued. "No disrespect, young man. We saw you coming to town after you touched the froth." The man pointed to some cameras hidden throughout the place. "These are 16K infrared cameras, and they are placed throughout the city. We thought you would just pass on through, but when you came to this place, we worried for a bit. Anakitas nor Wakatilians are never seen together, and we were baffled." Joam asked. "Froth? Hold up. We?" The old man walked down the steps. "The froth is the rundown dome that covers the city, and yes, we." Many stayed after the relocation, and as time passed, many of their children and their children's children left. It was just a handful of us for a while, but now it's just my children and myself. Come, let me introduce you to the rest. He takes them upstairs to the elevators. Wanyanyekevu had never been on an elevator and had never been so high before. The elevators seemed to drop a bit before moving upward, creating butterflies in his stomach. In his mind, he counts the floors and watches through the clear glass elevator doors. Jonathan looked at the old man pointing to Wanyanyekevu. "He ain't been nowhere before," the old man said with a smile. "Neither have I." Raising his eyebrows, Jonathan said, "You have never left the city at all?" The old man shook his head and simply replied, "No, I was born and raised right here in this city, my father and mother, and their mothers and fathers. I will die here as well." Wanyanyekevu interrupts them. "How high does this machine go up?" The old man laughs. 3,164 stories, but we share the entire 200th floor, the rest is empty." Wanyanyekevu turns around, slowly counting the numbers on the elevator window. 165, 166. Joam grabs Wanyanyekevu by the shoulders, pointing to the horizon. "Don't think about the height. Look out at the beautiful sunset, the purple and orange skies, just beautiful. Looking beyond the city and the landscape." "Yeah." Wanyanyekevu starts to speak when a bell rings, and he starts looking around. Joam laughs. "See, we're here." They exited the elevators and entered a large white room. At the end of the room were 3 hallways, one to the right, one to the left, and one directly ahead of them. Standing there in amazement in the center of the room with all smiles stood 6 people. "This is we?" said Jonathan with great enthusiasm as he kept staring at one of the women standing there. Joam and Wanyanyekevu looked at each other and raised their eyebrows as he continued. "How in the—" Jonathan caught himself before he cussed, but he continued. "How did you manage to live here all these years with just a handful of y'all?" Joam turned to Jonathan. "How did we?" Jonathan just smiled. Joam whispered to Wanyanyekevu. "This boy is acting strange." Wanyanyekevu saw the young lady Jonathan kept staring at. "Well, she is beautiful,"